So this is a 2-foot by 6-foot cedar planter box. It's real easy to make. Stick around and I'll show you how I did it. So this is my simple dust collection here. It's just a dust stopper that I got from Home Depot. Connects up to my shop vac. If you don't have a remote switch, you need to get one. It's pretty sweet to have. Whenever I'm working with pressure treated or outdoor wood, I always change the buckets out. We compost here, so I always use this good sawdust for our compost. But with pressure treated and outdoor wood, I use this white bucket, and I know it does not go into our compost. Pretty simple. Good compost, bad compost. Okay, I'll show you my favorite way of putting legs together for anything sturdy using my corner clamps. These things are kind of a pain to get used to, but once you do, it ensures that everything is lined up and square, and that's what's important. Just make sure everything's square before I screw it down. Countersink. And I'm going to use these 2.5-inch screws. They're good for framing and they're treated lumber approved. So outdoor screws, treated lumber, good to go. These make really sturdy legs. Oh, this rack from Amazon, 36 bucks. Pretty good deal. Holds lots of my pickets. There's a wide portion. And then there's a narrow portion. For the long side, I always use this side to attach my pickets to. So 3.5 inches versus 2 inches here because of the way you have it screwed together. So long pickets on the wide side. Just like to make sure it's all square on here and flush. This is going to actually be the top. I used to screw them down, but I have a stapler now, so I use that almost exclusively. It's way faster. These are 1-inch galvanized staples. Make short work of this. Okay, got one long side done. It'll sit like this. Since I decided to go 24 inches on the short side, I want to get 3 out of these 6-foot pickets. The only problem is they're not exactly 6 feet. They're like 71 and 7/8. So there's 1/8 of an inch there. There's 1/8 of an inch when you cut for the curve of the saw blade. So I'm going to make them 23 3/4, and that will give me 3 out of each picket with very little waste. That's my waste. I'm pretty happy with that. So you notice that one of these is made out of pressure treated wood and the other is outdoor decking wood. One's going in the yard, ground contact, one's going on a deck. That's the reason for the different woods, plus it's what I had lying around. Okay, for the short side, you don't have as much room over here on the narrow side. With the help of Ilse, I'm going to put another leg in here that'll help stabilize this. And when I put the slats in the bottom, it will strengthen up the sides here. You guys go. For that, I'm using more decking screws. These are 1 5/8, outdoor rated and pressure treated lumber approved. You guys go. Hey. Keep an eye on the shop dogs. So this is a piece that's going to go on the bottom where I can put the slats across it. I'll need 2 of them. I'll pre-drill holes so they can screw right into the legs. It'll make it nice and solid. Put this on the bottom, making it flush with the bottom picket. And I'll just get it roughly level, drive the other 2 screws in. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Little one. Okay, I made sure everything was square again, measuring diagonally on the corners before doing this step because this will lock it in place. These I cut out of all my bowed wood. Good use for the wood that I wasn't using for the sides. Happy to use this up. I'm going to staple them down to the sides, and you could do this with screws. It's just easier to use what I have. Not making sure it's square or evenly spaced. This will never be. What I'll do is I'll cover it up with hardware cloth to minimize the soil going between these slats. Are you hungry? So I'm probably not going to use hardware cloth on the next one. I'll just put the slats closer together. This stuff's hard to work with. What I am going to do is shore up the legs in this by putting an extra 2x4 right here. Give this some extra support. I'll do that on all 6 legs. I am going to polish it off with this end coat stain. This is for pressure treated wood that you cut to help keep moisture out of it. Normally I would do that after I cut the legs, but somebody kicked a can of this over in the shop and screwed the whole can, so had to go get a new one. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you wanted, you could dress this up by framing the top out like I did my other planter boxes. But this is very useful in the garden. It's not going to go anywhere. Nice and sturdy. Fairly inexpensive to make. So I'd appreciate any comments you have, any ideas that you have to improve these. I'm always looking for different designs on cedar planter boxes. I build a bunch of them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe below.